Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to be looking at measures of central tendency. Okay guys, as shown previously in the chapter, raw data can be more easily understood when it is tabulated in an orderly fashion in a frequency distribution and then shown diagrammatically. For example, a pie chart, a bar chart, and so on, right? It's true, it's much easier to put things in an orderly fashion. That's why you tidy up your room and so on, right? Now, sometimes there's a need to find or use a single value which represents or categorizes the group or set of data as a whole. That value is called a statistical average or a measure of central tendency. The three that we need to know are the arithmetic mean, or just called the mean. We need to know the mean, the median, and the mode. Cool? Now, it says down here, later on, it will be seen that one average is more appropriate to use than another average under a given set of circumstances or condition. So it may be more appropriate to use the mode for certain situations. It may be more appropriate to use the median for certain situations, or it may be more appropriate to use the mean. All right, guys? Okay, so the first one we're going to dive into, of course, is the mean. So we're just going to look at the mean right away. All right, guys. Okay, so we're looking at the mean. And the mean is defined as the average of the numbers. It is easy to calculate. Add up all the numbers, then divide by how many numbers there are. It's really that easy, guys. Just add up the numbers and divide by how many numbers you added, right? And it says calculating the mean from raw data, the formula is equal to x bar. That's what you call the mean. It's x bar is equal to the sum of x, right, over the sum of the frequency, which is equal to the sum of all the numbers. X is all the numbers over the number of numbers, right? Really easy. Where the symbol, this E looking symbol actually means the sum of x bar is equal to the mean, x is equal to the value of the observations or variable, f is equal to the frequency of the number of observations, and the sum of x is equal to the sum of the observations, and n is equal to the sum of f, which is the sum of the frequencies or the frequency of the observation. So that's really true, guys. So um, it's really simple. This makes it look really complicated, but it's so simple, guys. And we're going to do a simple example right away. All you have to do is add up the number of numbers and divide by how many numbers there are. And that's the mean, that's the average. Everyone should know this. And if it's your first time, no problem. It's as easy as day. So we're just going to do an example right away, okay? All right, guys, so this is the example that we're looking at. It says find the mean for the following numbers, and it has 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, and 17. Cool? And we have the formula right here. Cool? And since we have the formula right here, guys, then we should just get started right away. X bar, which is the mean, is equal to 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 15 plus 16 and plus 17. And that's what the sum of x means. It's the sum of all the numbers, right, guys? So that's when you have the sum there, it just means the sum of all the numbers. The sum of x is the sum of all these numbers. All right, you get it? And this here, the sum of f, is the number of all the numbers, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 numbers. So clearly n is equal to 10 in this case. So we're going to divide all of these numbers here by 10. Cool? So when you actually add up all of these numbers, guys, 1 plus 3 gives you 4, 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 11 is 20, 20 plus 7 is 27, 27 plus 12 is actually 39, 39 plus 13 is actually 52, 52 plus 15 is 67 plus 16 would be 77 plus 6, which is 83, and 83 plus 17 would give you 100. So it's actually 100 over 10, and the answer is 10, right? So this implies that x bar is equal to 10. The mean is equal to 10, and that's the answer, guys. All right. Cool. So you see, it's pretty easy to find the average. All you have to do is count the numbers, right? Count the numbers that you get and add up all the numbers together and divide it by the number of numbers. Cool? Easy, guys. So easy peasy. All right. So now we're going to move on to some more information with the mean. Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to be looking at the mean from a frequency distribution with ungroup data. And it says the mean with ungroup data can be estimated with this formula. X bar, which is the mean, is equal to the sum of f times x over the sum of f, which is equal to the sum of f times x over n, which is the number of marks you're referring to. Right, guys? So it's pretty simple here. All right, it's actually pretty simple here. What we're going to do is we're going to do an example. As you see, there's an example down here, and it also says where f of x is equal to the product of the frequency and the corresponding observations, which is the f times x there, and the sum of f of x is the sum of the product f of x. So it says the marks obtained by 100 students in a test in which the maximum possible mark is 10 are shown in the table. And the table says 2 people got 0 out of 10, 5 people got 1 out of 10, 8 people got 2 out of 10, and so on. Now it says calculate the mean for the distribution, for the frequency distribution. So where people would get mixed up is they would just add everything here and then divide it by 10, right? But no, that's not what you want to do in this case. In this case, what you actually want to do is you're going to put another table here. You're going to put another name for a table here, and you're going to call this table frequency multiplied by the mark. Okay, and that's what we need, because in the case of the marks where you have 2 people who get 0, you need to account for the 2 people, and in the case for the fact that 5 people got 1, you need to account for all the 5 ones. So that's what we're going to do in this case, guys. We're going to multiply the 2 times the 0, which will give us 0. 1 times 5 will give us 5. 2 times 8 will give us 16. 3 times 17 will give us 51. 4 times 23 will give us 92. 5 times 0 would give us 0. 6 times 15 would give us 90. 7 times 12 would give us 84. 8 times 9 would give us 72. 9 times 6 would give us 54. And 3 times 10 would give us 30. Alright, guys? And what we're going to do now is we're going to find the total of the frequency. So total frequency is equal to 100. So we're going to add all of these together. And when you add all of these together, guys, you're supposed to get 100. And we're going to find the sum of the frequency times the product, which is actually equal to, when you add all of these, guys, everything in this line, you're going to get 494. Okay? Now, since you get 494, we can actually use the formula now, right? So to find x bar, which is the mean, it's actually the sum of f of x, right, which is the 494, over the sum of f, which in this case is 100, right? So we're going to get 494 divided by 100, and the answer for the mean is 4.94. All right, guys? So that's how you do it in this case with ungroup data, guys. In any case with ungroup data, this is how you're going to do it. You have to multiply the mark by the frequency, and you have to draw another table. So usually you have 2 tables. In this case, you have three tables, and you have to add the frequency and add the frequency multiplied by the mark. All right, guys? Awesome. So I'll see you guys in the next lecture, and thank you so much for your time. That's it, and I'll see you in the next lecture, and remember to do your best, and God will do the rest.